So I have a little while now this time between conferences, rather than half a bloody hour. Jesus, Ubisoft Conference is now just finished, and by good Christ, they are almost as bad as EA. They can at least try and do gameplay that is obviously not pre-recorded, or at least scripted to the point of it fucking might as well have been. Just as per every year, they're trying to show off loads of multiplayer games. Like the one multiplayer game that they tried to show off this time was Rainbow Six, and they had live people on the stage actually playing the game, and even then it was still scripted. Oh, for fuck's sake. You can at least let them just suck and have them die in a couple of minutes. That would have been funny. That would at least been funny. It's just hearing them just go, oh yes, and talk the way no way anyone ever talks online or talks ever to people or even acquaintances. It's just, oh for fuck's sake. You could at least change that. Yes, I understand you can't allow swears, but God's sake, allow them to get dramatic. Because on top of Rainbow Six, they did exactly the same thing they did last year with The Division, and they just have a live play or recorded in-game, which means fuck all, because the fucking Jesus Christ. They basically did the exact same thing The Division did. They did last year for The Division, but did it in a different level, in basically an area that's open for PvP, which I thought the area already was open for PvP, but this whole thing's confusing the shit out of me. But yeah, they did the same thing of having the exact same thing they did last year of talky, normal. Someone even slid in a swear, which is amazing, especially considering in the US it's barely past watershed. Actually, no, it's not even past watershed. Yeah, having them suddenly just swear out, going, "Oh shit, it's fucking there!" Yeah, having him slide in a few swears for that actually made the thing bleeding interesting. Otherwise, I was just bored. They seriously need to try and actually show gameplay or some semblance of humanity when they try and do online players, because whoever they have to do these things, they can at least just not hire a script writer when they try and do demos, because it's now just getting stupid. Apart from that, they showed a few things for games. Just Dance had the obligatory show off, although this time they didn't really have this time they didn't have a stage full of dancers. They just had Jason Derulo show up and sing something quite badly as well. At least I thought anyway. I didn't even know who the fuck he was until someone said, "Oh look, it's Jason Derulo." I just went, "Oh, that's what you look like." Sorry, don't listen to you. The big thing about Just Dance this time was, oh look, you don't have to have a camera. You don't have to have a camera to do the boogie thing. Just put the app on your phone and you can dance with your phone. And exactly the same shit SingStar did like last year, but with mics, and fucking I don't care. I really don't care. I really cannot muster the energy to go, oh look, Just Dance, and try and feign some sort of interest. I really don't care. Just Dance is just a modern version of DDR. Well out of my remit. The Crew, yeah, there's quite a few DLCs for it. Trials Fusion is getting DLC, which looks awesome. Trials Fusion was already slightly unrealistic. It's probably the best term that goes through my mind. Yeah, it was slightly physicsless before. But yeah, the gameplay video they had was a cat holding a golden deagle, riding a unicorn, farting rainbows. Wow! And that's the DLC. It was the weirdest, it was the most insane thing. It's like, how many drugs were the people on when they decided to make this DLC? It looks brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, but I can guess that if you're not sold on Trials already, or you're not that much of a player of Trials, then the DLC probably isn't going to change anything, because it's probably just going to cement the stuff that's already there. Just have more bombastic 80s style farting unicorn. Same with the crew Wild Run. Jesus Christ, everything's being hard for people with impediments now, isn't it? Yeah, the crew Wild Run is another DLC or an update or something. They didn't really say what the fuck it was. They probably did. As soon as the crew stuff came on, I just went, no one fucking cares. No one cares. The crew is one of the games that got loads of hype. Everyone bought it. Turns out it was kind of, well, extremely mediocre. For once, Ubisoft made something that wasn't shit. They seem to have a very 80s thing this time. For, because there was something else. Yeah, Trackmania. Trackmania Turbo is coming to consoles, which should be interesting. It looks fun. It looks like Trials. It just looks like Trials, but you can drive an F1 car. That's really it. Arno has got a new sequel thing. Arno 2205. Arno has been one of the series that's been on the radar for ages. Never actually got around to playing it. It's one of the ones where every single time I look at it, I go, so I might actually play it this time. Because that was the previous version, the previous Arno, I almost played. But then it got to a point where people started telling me about it, and I just went, no, I'll pass. I've got other stuff I'd rather prefer to play. Yeah, but this one seems alright. It's loads of gritty sci-fi spacey stuff, so, I might give that a shot. Yeah, so it's time to talk about the three big elephant in the room. Or actually, no, it is three. Because one slid out. Oh yeah, well there's a few. Well, there's a couple which slid out, and a few which I really quite like. Because there's the Assassin's Creed Syndicate got its usual showing. But the thing that they're actually doing this time with Assassin's Creed is, rather than having it just milling about for ages and not bothering to release a demo, and then when they do release a demo, it's like 2 weeks or a couple of weeks before the event, and it turns out it's crap. They're actually giving the demo out now at the event, if you're at the event, which I'm not, but they have a few Ubisoft Play Lounge places across Europe and Australia where you can play it there, which seems interesting. You just have to go online and go online to assassinscreed.com and sign up. I'm guessing it's a whole vetting process, I suppose. It's going to, do you like Ubisoft? Yes, but you can play it. Do you not? They showed nothing for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. It was just a pre-rendered trailer. That was it. They said it was like in-engine or in-game or something like that. Some of the usual PR bollocks. But it wasn't. It really wasn't. Then there comes the two games which weren't necessarily on anyone's list, which seems friggin' great. There's one that is called For Honor. It's a Knight Viking Samurai combat 4-player thing. It looks friggin' epic. The Knight is basically the big brawler thing. Viking is hand axes and charge. And the Samurai is more strategic and kendo and birdie-bur. But it seems great. It seems really fun. The guy that presented it. Oh, Jesus. Wow. He sounded like he was ready for a fight. Jesus. The guy sounded freaking mad. It was kind of cool. It looked like, I think he walked on a walking stick and all, or something. Yeah, because he had a walking stick or something else that was in his hand. It looked like a walking stick, and the first thing I thought was like, oh bloody hell, are they going to do an Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and the guy's going to whip out a sword or something from it, start waving it about? That would have been fantastic if they did that. But then the other game that the internet instantly wet itself over was the next South Park game, The Fractured. They went for the whole thing. Rather than saying South Park: The Stick of Truth, They just went for the instantly stupid title and went, South Park, The Fractured But Whole. The Fractured Butthole, which is, yeah, it's a superhero thing, and it's obviously a piss take of Marvel, because it's got all the superhero piss takes that they've done in the regular TV series, like the Coon and Dr. Evil, or just Butters' evil tin-foil hat-wearing lunatic character. Yeah, they even started off with Stick of Truth stuff, saying, oh, yeah, still waving around the Stick of Truth, and then Butters comes along wearing his tin-foil and going, oh, I am evil, I'm taking over the area. And everyone goes, oh, and then got Cartman just going, oh, bloody hell, we're in the wrong game, hang on a minute, we're going to go change. They come back, and superheroes. So, yeah. I think the thing that was most impressive is that they actually had Trey Parker and Matt Stone actually show up. Yeah, they actually got the South Park people to actually show up. Considering they hate these sorts of things, I'm always quite surprised. I'm quite surprised. Although the first line from Matt was while wearing the sort of pop star face microphone things, was his first line was just going, these microphones are shit. I think it may have blown a few people's minds. It was very interesting seeing Trey Parker and Matt Stone show up there, and I think that's pretty much that and For Honor are pretty much the only two ones that I'm still even decently interested in. Because for the South Park game, there was nothing but a trailer. That was it. But it's exactly the same as Stick of Truth, so Stick of Truth is great. So it's going to be good anyway, or should be good, as long as it's written correctly. The graphics don't change, because they're still doing this whole TV series thing, so, yeah. And then there's the For Honor. That's a brawly thing, which I just like, because I'll just be the Viking with two twin axes and scream and charge, man! Yeah. Otherwise, everything else is just starting to really wear down its welcome. Because Just Dance is now almost obligatory. Rainbow Six Siege is... Well, they got out a celebrity with the Rainbow Six Siege, Angela Bassett. An actress, proper actress and all. Because she's she's 6, the head of the organisation of the Special Force people. Yeah. Yeah, the Rainbow Six beta starts out on September 24th. But... yeah, I think the Rainbow Six Siege is wearing down its welcome. The Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I just don't want it to be shit. Because they've said that it's going to be a yearly release for Assassin's Creed for fucking years. So there is going to be an Assassin's Creed every year, whether we like it or not. So just don't make a shit one, please. Don't care otherwise. Go nuts. You can set the next Assassin's Creed in space. I really don't care. As long as you have the same mechanics and same playstyle, I really do not care. We've gone through about 1,000 years of history. Going a few thousand in the future probably doesn't matter. Yeah, and the Division has really worn out its welcome. It's now got to a point. When I first heard the Division, I think it was last year or the year before, I was really excited. It's like, oh, this looks great. This looks fantastic. I really like this. But now it's just getting to a point of just going, for fuck's sake, just release the fucking thing. Just fucking release it. It's now just getting tiresome. And the one thing that was always quite funny, because some people online were always going, it's going to be Beyond Two Souls again, it's been Beyond Two Souls, or Beyond Two Souls 2, or something, that would just melt sort of writer's mind, just going, Beyond Two Souls 2. I have to come up with a new title. It's like Two Worlds 2. It's not built for sequels. Big announcement at the end wasn't anything else. It's just Ghost Recon Wildlands, which seems okay. Although the last Ghost Recon thing that came out was a free-to-play shooter. That was kind of... It was alright. It was alright, and the mechanics were extremely good. It was just really boring. The Ubisoft Conference is doing the annual thing of trying too hard to impress people or trying too hard to look cool, which I think it's now getting to a point where we don't really expect it or we just don't want it, especially from press meetings like this, because it's just people talking about what games are coming out and the development of these games. You don't have to look cool. You don't have to try to look cool. Games now get to the point where it's sort of normal, medium. You don't have to try. And it just comes across as trying too hard lots of the time. Although Alicia Tyler, as per every year, is very, very good. Very good. Alicia's very good. She's bloody funny. Although it's slowly getting more and more to the point where it sounds more and more scripted, and you can tell when she goes off script. Because sometimes it goes well, and sometimes it goes shit. It's like her talking to the cosplayer that he says he was paid to show up as the Assassin's Creed guy, Jacob Fry. He was paid by Ubisoft to show up in costume, and then she tries to have this sort of chat with him. It's like, no, he is actor. He is paid to be here. He doesn't really have that much of an opinion about any of this crap. And then she tries to wheedle some sort of meme or something as per what she always does every year. And the guy was just going, fuck knows, I'm not I'm not a bloody comedian. And so that was just awkward and funny. Watching Alicia really, really try. She's determined to make a meme every single time, by hook or by crook. So yeah, so Ubisoft again, as per every year, it's funny but trying too hard. And please, for the Christ's sake, fire your scriptwriter, because your scriptwriter is shit. Fucking terrible, Jesus Christ. I used to write better shit than that when I was 16. Fuck. Say.